I have this hat on. Crazy, I have my hat on. Let's see if anybody comes in. Welcome to Skeleton Soul. We are at the fair today, at the expedition. So that's where we're at right now. We are leaving the biggie. So it's been a blast. I was supposed to pick up some popcorn and some donuts for my nail stylist. And let me tell you, like, I didn't realize that the place closed at 10. I already had the one person. I went to two different places. Both of them said they were closed. They didn't have any more. I should have got that stuff earlier. I should have got the other stuff. Hi, how are you? How are you, Miss Linda? How are you, Journey? I hope that this doesn't go down. I'll pray that it stays up, because at this fair, my phone has been going in and out. So I'm sitting down right now. The fair is actually over, and I still decided just to come on real quick, and I could give you guys a briefing of the fair. It was nice. I sat down because it was really chilly. It was really cold, to me. So, hey Felicia, hi cousin, how are you? And so I have this sweater on. Let me show you what my sweater says today. Let me show you what it says. I had this for a while, but it says, nope, not today. Don't play with me today. Okay, so that's my sweater for the day. But yeah, so I decided to come to the fair. I tried to find the donut thing, and I tried to find this popcorn. The popcorn that I think she wants is this big bag. The popcorn that they had, it was like the small box. I'm like, no, that's not what it is. So I'm gonna have to tell her, maybe I'll stop by here one day and come grab it for her if the rain is okay on one of those days. I don't know, but I'll make it up to her. I gotta tell her to go lay down, because I know that she's been waiting for me to bring her stuff that she asked me to get from the fair. I should have got it earlier, but I really just sat down and was just like talking. So I really didn't even think. Hello, Jen. How are you? I didn't even think of like getting anything. I didn't even think of buying anything. I forgot my potato and I couldn't even finish it. So only thing I had was the baked potato. That's it. And that baked potato was like, it hurt my stomach after I finished it. So I probably should not even had that baked potato, to say the least, because my stomach is like not feeling good at all because I ate it. So I didn't have anything else. I still have my water here that I brought in, and it has like protein inside of it. It has clear protein, seek inside of it. So yeah, I really wish that I had oh, and I did get some brisket without bread. So I asked them, can they just give me, because it was like brisket or whatever on a sandwich. I was like, can you just give me some brisket on the side? Because I was like, maybe I need to eat some type of protein and not that potato. My stomach probably was like, what are you doing? And so I'm being shocked, because I really don't eat that type of food that much. Hi, how are you? From the DFW. Is that Dallas Fort Worth? Demetrius? I think it's Dallas Fort Worth, because I used to live in Texas, so I remember DFW was Dallas Fort Worth, but I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. But and I'm out here without taking my allergy pill. But it is freezing out here. Oh, it is Dallas Fort Worth. Okay, thumbs up. Yeah, Dallas is nice. I like Dallas. I said if I ever find a job out there, I would be moving back to Dallas. I came back north for the medical for my son, and for educational purposes for my son as well. But now that they're older, I feel like I can come back in that area. If I just have to find employment, but yeah. It's nice out there in Texas. And I was by Valley Ranch in Irving. That's where I was at. I was in Valley Ranch area. But yeah, so that baked potato, I barely finished it. I ate like, they give you 2 baked potatoes. So I said maybe I had 1 because they break it open. So it looks like it's like 4. And it had cheese, sour cream. I try to like mix it up like mashed potatoes. So maybe it can go down a little easier for myself. I felt like crap after I ate that potato. So my Zepbound and those mashed potatoes was like, nope. And I was going to go have a pumpkin beer, but I didn't make it over there because I was like, after that, I was like, I don't want to chance anything else. I feel like if I tried to drink something that my stomach is not used to, I feel like this is not going to be a good experience today. So I was like, nah, I'll pass on that. And then I had the brisket. And the brisket, I put some, it wasn't seasoned at all. It seems like they just cooked the meat. They didn't try to season it. And so I basically put some barbecue and it was like hot barbecue and regular sweet barbecue. I like mixed it together. And I was trying to mix it and stir it up and then put it on my meat because I wanted to taste it before I poured it on my meat. But that's what I had. I took the rest, I wrapped it in foil and I took it with me because I couldn't finish all the brisket. But it was good. It was a good time. I'm glad I came out because it's like really traditional for my dad. My dad used to always come to the Biggie with us, and we would come. Oh, I'm sorry, you feel bad on that potato. Yeah. But my dad will always come here every year on the last day. And this is not the last day, but the last day is on a Sunday this year, which is always every year. It's on a Sunday. But I would not be around because I would be out of town. And so this has been probably one of the few years that I haven't been able to come on the last day. And me and my kids come and we have fun. And, we kind of do it how my dad did it. We just anything we want, whatever we want to do, we just do it. And, one year my dad brought one of these sheds where I'm at right now. I'll show you where I'm sitting. So my dad, he came here with like, I don't know, lots of money, probably like, I think he had like $30,000-$40,000 on him to buy one of these sheds, and he brought it too. He meant business, so he definitely brought what he wanted. But I'm like, why would you carry all that cash up in here? What is wrong with you? You don't do that. You don't do that. I'm like, and then when he got here, he's like, oh, they said I gotta write a check anyways. They said I gotta write a check. Like, oh yeah, like that's what you should have brought your checkbook and one check at that. You don't need multiple. Like, yeah, but. That was my dad. He was definitely a bundles of joy. That's why when Jane's in here. Jane, when you were speaking today about your father, it was crazy because last night I just said that I wish these medications was around when my dad was living because it could have helped him. And I was just like reflecting on that this morning. I'm just like, oh, Dad, like I just wish that that you were here to experience that, like, to have something to help you. Maybe, he would still be here. But I am just still thankful. So I came because today it's going to rain for the rest of the day. So I came today to experience, like, the day when I let my daughter come. And I don't know if y'all seen her crash out earlier. She was, like, acting like she my mother. And my mother's at home and my dad is in the grave, so she bugging. But yeah, so she wanted to come with her friends, so she did, and so I let her do that today. But to us, it's regular this is our school day. It's a work day for me tomorrow, and so yeah, definitely really touched. And you guys did a great live, Jane, really, really great live. She said, thank y'all so much. We really want to connect and celebrate this community. Yes, thank you. Yes, peace, joy, and happiness. Let me tell you. The love letters, just like bringing like we're all here for a greater purpose, which is our bodies. So yeah, it It was definitely a great live that y'all did today. And thank you guys for sharing like your experiences, and the questions that you guys had were wonderful, very thoughtful, and your guys' responses as well. So salute to you guys, okay? And that's sincerely, like, I don't just say. The thing is with me is like I speak directly from my heart, and I kind of try not to just say stuff. I try to be like a sayer and a doer of my word at the same time, and likewise, I feel like people should try to do the same thing. They should really try to come from a sincere place in their heart, because God is love, right? So like even sometimes on my different responses on people, I'll be like, love is love, like, because I look at it like what can you do without the essence of love, right? Like, it's beautiful, but in the terms of how you look at it, like what lens are you coming from, like how are you viewing it? And that's what's the most important. Was your daughter in hungry mood? I don't know what mood she was in, but she wasn't showing no love. She was like, I'm about to call the cops on her. Get this child. She's bugging out for no reason. But yeah, she was definitely crashing out. Yeah, so I don't know, was she hungry because she wanted some clam chowder. She was bugging over some clam chowder, girl. That's what she wanted. So I'm like, the clam chowder's over there. It's straight ahead. It's been there for the past like 20 years before you were born. It's right there. Go get it. Some of this stuff don't move, but then they move a couple of things. Like, I don't see the donut place that I was going to go to. It was right there. So I started going to this other one. They got big donuts. They never got what I was looking for. But anyways, yeah. So, yeah, God is love. And so just know that, come from a sincere place in your heart when you're speaking to people and stuff like that. But outside of that, right, outside of that part, I would like to show my water bottle again. I don't know, I like this water bottle. Again, if you didn't see it already, it's called Water H. And I have not hooked up the app to my phone at all. But when you click the button, like, see it says 40%? So that's how much water I drink when it says high. Usually it says high, like, when you touch it, but I don't know. It's acting up. But it says I drank 40% of the water that I put in here. So I love this new bottle that I got. And it has a charger on the back. I showed it last night in my live to everyone. And it lights up, but I haven't seen it light up yet. I think because I don't have it hooked up to my phone yet. So, again, I haven't fully used it. I just was playing around with it. I have a new toy, so I got to play with it a little bit. And so what I did have lined up for today for the discussion, I was basically, so thank you guys all for coming in. And I'm going to try everything, no matter what's happening around me, I'm going to try my best to be on here at 10 p.m. every night. I do not have a live schedule for Friday because I'm traveling the next morning. And I want to be, like, well rested so I can get up. I got to drive like an hour to get to the airport. I think it's like an hour. It takes me like 2 hours to get to the airport. So I want to be able to get some rest and get there. So I will go live, depending my Saturday night. I will be, I don't know, guys, you might see me, with the graces of God, making it to Florida, with Traces of Twan. So I might be over there on Saturday saying hello if she goes live at her event. And then hopefully I'll be back at 10 to the hotel, and then I can go live at the hotel. Hopefully the internet works there and stuff like that. So that's my plan. My plan is to continue to go live every night if I can. And I'm going to try to make sure I remind myself to put it in the community if I can. But today, the whole discussion today was supposed to be regarding self-reflection. It was just basically touching on like more like your inner thoughts, but also your consciousness of understanding, like, when something's telling you, I guess some people would say, like, it's your conscience, right? When something's telling you to do something, but you're the resistance, right? So you're like wanting something, but then, like, you have this resistance, like, oh no, I don't need it, I don't want it, right? But then something pulls you back, but then sometimes we continue to move forward, right? And so it was funny because I was thinking about the topic, that how I wrote it out, and then I had looked some information up on ChatGPT regarding it, and it was the way it explained it to me is like you know how we have the resistant bands, and how if you pull them, or any rubber band, right, you pull it out and it just like pops back in, right, like the resistance, like you tried. Oh, somebody said thank you, Michelle, and I like turned, but it's like probably 1,001 Michelle's, right? So you pull it out and then it pops back in, and that, like, that resistance. So we don't want to resist things too much where we think that like nothing's gonna happen to us, right? By just keep pulling back, or just keep thinking like, okay, we don't need this. You think nothing's gonna happen, but then something could just crumble, right? So that's including our weight loss journey. Like, we don't want to resist things so much that we're not like thinking consciously about, okay, the food I'm eating, is it within measure, or am I gonna like crash out for some reason, right? For example, me eating my potato, knowing I don't need it, knowing I shouldn't, just because I want to have fun and I want to do it. And I'm like, okay, my body hasn't even had like this portion, for one, hasn't had like sour cream and all of that stuff together in a very long time. But when I eat in such a small moderations that like I was like so resistant. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna go in, and then it's like, it's not like, I wouldn't say that was a hard snap, but it's like still like that resistance. I tried to resist it, and I still dived in and said, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. So just make sure you're in control. Have self-control over that, right? Have self-control over the things that you are taking away from your life, or the things that you are doing, right? So some people will say, oh, I'm going hard in the gym, right? You might hear that. Or I'm doing this. And it's like, you might do it to the point that you're also resisting what's coming towards you, right? Because you can go so much that your body's exhausted. I watch a content creator, I can't think of her name. She doesn't use her regularly, but I can't think of her name. But she was like going to the gym, I want to say almost every day. And she at that point, she didn't have I think she was already like a year or two in of consistently going to the gym every day. And her body, phenomenal, right? But she just felt like I think it was after 2 years, she was like burnt out. She was burnt out. And they use that word too. In a professional setting, they use the word burnt out. They say, okay, I feel burnt out because X, Y, and Z. Because they overexhausted themselves into something instead of gradually, like, take it slow, right? Don't pull it so hard, and it's gonna come back. I promise you. And I can't say it reminds me of a boomerang, because a boomerang is like it's more like the law of reciprocity, like what comes back to you. That's more like what you give out to others will come back to you, right? I definitely. Felicia says, I definitely did that and I burnt myself out. Oh, bad. Okay. Hello, beautiful. So just want to just make sure we think about those things. Like, it's okay to set like goals that are here, right? But sometimes, like I said, when we think about our goals, like when I said, okay, when you want to do your vision board, try doing a monthly vision board, right? Try to rewrite your story in a slower pace, right? So then you just say you're trying to reach this goal. You want to slowly get up there. You don't want to just dive into something and then you crumble. So no matter, and then you have to learn the lesson too, right? So if that does happen, what lesson did you learn from it? Let's not just, I know sometimes we do stuff and we continue to do it and then we fall and we pick ourselves back up. We fall and we pick ourselves back up. But eventually you will revolve through that. And not only that, another part of it is what you are today. That's why I tell people, write who you are today. Tell yourself who you are today. Talk to the mirror, speak to it. And on top of that, sometimes record yourself. Tell yourself what you are. I guarantee you in the next 6 to 12 months, your goals, your inspirations, and how you see things, how I seen things when I was in my 20s and how I acted in my 20s and how I disregarded things and how I act towards people in my 20s is not what I act at 42. I had a lot of experience, had a lot of life lessons, and some people revolve, some people never learn the lessons. Some people have to keep going around, like they say, 40 years, right? 40 years. People going around the same circle, going through the same lessons and never learn them and think that they can continue to be whoever they were. No, we will revolve to be bigger and better, but also in that process, we want to take gradual steps. We want to take those big leaps. We don't want to do that, right? And I use that in the stance of I use that in the stance of anything. We use it in the weight loss. We can use it in the work environment, right? Because when people go to apply for jobs, and for myself, you might have already known, but I've been a manager since I was 18 years old. When my 18th birthday happened, my boss promoted me to be a manager. So basically, one of the things is this leading people. And when you lead people, you are now what? You are, it's not like I look like you don't have the power over them. You're literally a guidance towards them. And it's supposed to be gradually. It's supposed to be gradually showing them the way on how to become better, right? And so when you're coming into this community, we got to come together and figure out how we got to gradually work on ourselves, because we're trying to get to our goal, whatever that goal is, right? But when we get to this goal, I guarantee you there's going to be other things. So now this goal is now down here, okay? And now you're going to have to start building things up, right? Because then there's going to be new goals that come into play, right? And this happens through your whole life. You can sit back and reflect as to where you were 10, 15 years ago. And you can look at where you are today, and I guarantee you'll see night and day. Two different areas, two different things. But it takes you to recognize it. I would never say I'm going to be this person I am today 10 years from now. I'm expecting to be better. I'm expecting that my goals are going to be achieved and my goals are going to be met in my weight loss journey throughout my life, and therefore and so on. When I got my jobs, literally, and this is and I'm saying this, I'm not saying this boastfully, I'm saying it as a experience. So say this is a lesson I've learned, right? Because again, in life we have lessons. And it's called wisdom, right? My grandmother has been through more than me, and she has experienced more than I have experienced. So I respect her, and I listen to people who are older than me because they have more wisdom than me, because guess what? I can learn something from you. So I'm not going to be, to the point that I act like I don't want to learn. I want to always sit back and humble myself and say, you know what, let me listen to this person. Maybe I can learn from my peer. Not even that. Can I learn from my peer? Can I learn from my children? Maybe my children learned something in school and I didn't know, right? So, all right, one thing I'm going to show you guys tonight is I'm going to teach you guys something. If you already know when we're done, you already knew this, then that's okay. Just put something below so I already knew that you knew this. It's something that I learned from my grandfather. Now I'm talking about wisdom. We're talking about learning. We're talking about our weight loss journey. We're talking about achieving small goals, right? It's all aligning together, but I want to show you something. So I don't know if it's going to be able to do it with the screen because I meant to do my live diagonal, but we're going to try. So if your hands are free, not if you're driving, right? If you're driving, stay driving. Don't do it. Go back and watch the replay and do it on the replay. I'm not responsible for any car accidents. So if you take your hands, right? Here's your hands, right? Got your hands out. All right, take your hands. So you have your hands here and they're in front of you. So your palms should be facing your face. Okay, we got it? Oh my gosh, you're so silly. Okay. So thank you anyways. Your palms are facing your face, right? And we're going to do the 9 timetables on our hands. Does anybody know how to do that? Okay, we're going to do it anyways. If you do, follow along. If you don't, you're going to learn something new. Every number that you want to take, that you want to say 9 times, you put it down, right? So for example, 9 times 2, we put down our second finger. So here's my thumb. My thumb would be 1. This number would be 2, right? So if you look, there's a 1 here, and then there's 8 left, right? So I'm showing you that's 18. That's your answer, right? Now, every number that you want to do, you can give me any number. If anybody want to put a number in the chat, I'm going to put down that number in the finger. And then, yeah, Felicia's not having that. So, King, I'm not gonna comment, but you know, you're welcome to stay and watch my weight loss journey. I'm not gonna comment, but okay. So again, so okay, hold on. Wait, what did Kim say? Yes, it's not just age. When it comes to wisdom, it depends on your maturity level and the blessings of God. Yes, yes. So again, so we have our numbers right here, right? And so if you put any number down, so like I said, that one was 2, so it's 1 and an 8, right? Because this finger's down, and then if it's 4, right? We put down our 4th finger. There's 1, 2, 3, and then there's 6, right? So it's 36. What I tell you, the reason why I say this is because, like, you may be older or you may be younger than me, but you could have just learned something just from that, right? So it doesn't matter. Your age doesn't matter to different things. We all have different experiences, and we all have different goals. We all have different levels of guidance, of different belief systems. But at the end of the day, we all have a common goal. We are all here because we are on a journey. I don't know what your journey looks like. You don't know exactly all the things that I have that my journey looks like, right? But we are here and we have a common denominator below us. And the common denominator below us is that we're all working to improve our health. So our health is the bottom of the equation when you're thinking about a division equation. That down there is what's the most important. Yes, I didn't learn that little trick with multiple 9s until I was an adult. Okay. All right, but you did know about it. That's awesome. So, yeah, so one of the things is just like reflecting and understanding and making sure you're taking those steps very, very serious, right? Meaning, if I tell myself, you know, I want to finish it, my other bottle of water is way bigger than this. If I tell myself I want to finish this bottle of water by the end of the day, it shouldn't be looking at 40% at 10:29, right? But I actually cleaned this and had it like midday. But what I'm saying is for myself, if I set this for the morning and I set myself aside for a goal to have this completed by a certain time, I want to make sure I work towards those goals to make sure it's done. Okay? Now, hold yourself accountable. We're not going to make excuses for the things. Hello, how are you? We're not going to make excuses about anything that we're doing in our lives. We're not going to say, oh, this happened and it's because of this. We're going to hold ourselves accountable and say, you know what? I'm going to come in, I'm going to work harder, and I'm going to do this thing. And I don't say that because I have lost, and make sure we understand, I don't say this because I have been on a weight loss journey and I have lost a significant amount of weight in a short period of time. No, I didn't ask my body to do it. It's been doing it. But I want to say that I'm coming from a sincere place because this happens whether we're in a weight loss journey or not, that you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to figure out what's good for you. Those are the things that you have to do. So I would let you know. Hold on, let me just put this thing on real quick, because I'm going to keep getting this if I don't. So I'm just going to do that real quick. Okay, so you have to basically know that no matter what you want to do or what goals you set, just know that you're improving your health when you're on this journey. No matter what it is. Don't allow anything to the left or anything to the right to distract you for you moving forward. Nothing's going to distract you. Like, when I tell you that your goal setting and whatever you have in front of you is very important, it's very important. Like, for myself, what's very important to me may not be very important to everybody else. Some people, they may be, there may be some people, like I always say, there might be some people who can go to a gym and work out. Some people can't. Some people can't even afford to have weights. Some people, everybody's in different phases of their journey. Some people are different environments. But that's why it's like, be so kind to people. Love on people, because people are here because they want to be part of something that's bigger. They want help. They come here. They're not coming here for just anything. They're coming here to seek guidance sometimes. When I wasn't a content creator and I was just on here just listening and just trying to figure out, how is this going to work for me? I was looking for answers. I was looking for answers. I was looking for answers. I was looking for someone to say, hey, you know what? That 12.5, whew, it had me tired. This is what I did because I was on 12.5. This is what I did. I was looking for guidance. You know, I don't know about anybody else. I was scared coming onto this medication. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I was scared to even inject myself with the needle, you know? It was like a fear that was over me. And I had to overcome that fear. I overcame a huge fear in my heart of wondering what's tomorrow gonna bring when I poke myself with this needle. I was like nervous to even fall asleep on that medication. But those types of things is really telling your story for someone else, for them to come on, for them to listen to what are you going through. If indeed I lost weight on a fast, people are probably like, oh, I hear that if you lose weight fast, it's a bad thing because everybody's saying slow and steady wins the race. But I need to come out and say, no, like, it's okay if you lose fast, but make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure, yes, I'm not giving any medical advice. I'm not a doctor or a provider or anything like that. But yeah, I better walk towards the front because it looks pretty empty behind me. If you guys look, hold on, I'm gonna show you. Looks like everybody left. I'm like in here talking, so I'm gonna be stuck in traffic, bumper to bumper. Better get to my car. But yeah, so make sure I get out of here. Oof. So just make sure that you're kind to yourself and kind to others through this walk. Like, I'm telling you, it is like to know, like, I don't even know how to say it, to know that a medication has created this community is something that, you know, I always say and I always think about. I was shocked. I told my staff, I was just like, what is this? Like, even me telling my staff there's a whole community of people, they were like, what? Like, there is? And I'm like, yeah, like, you know, like, follow me on my YouTube. Like, there's like a whole bunch of people talking about this. Like, what are you doing? How much protein you're taking? Like, I'm trying to guide them to try to help them with their journey and tell them to get on here so they can learn from y'all. And it's like, I'm telling them, yeah, they can join a whole community of people that will help them in so many different ways. And they're shocked. So you don't realize like who you are or what you can influence. So like every delivery that we have here, no matter how it is, we should really think twice about our delivery. And on top of that is also, we don't know what other people are going through. There was somebody in my state who pushed somebody over the edge just because of they thinking that, oh, this is cool or whatever the case is. It's like, no, we really need to understand that mental health is serious, right? So it's outside of the weight loss thing of what's going on with people, but it's a serious matter. And so, oh yeah, okay, so Beautiful says, I'm still shocked and also super grateful. Yes, me too. It's like, it's amazing what this medication has done and what this medication will do for you. Like, it's amazing. Like how many different things has like stopped in my body and started working better just because I decided to take a medication, right? And there's so many new people coming onto the community. There's so many new people coming onto YouTube for answers. There's just so many people. We want to make sure the community is so important, leading with kindness, grace, love, freedom, because it can be tough out here in families in this world as a whole. Yeah. So it's like it could be like not this thing is like we're seeking for help. I don't care what nobody says. Like, nobody has all the answers, because if so, you wouldn't even be on YouTube. You would just be going to talk to your provider and sending messages over to your provider, waiting for your provider to get back to you. You care enough to sign on. We already know YouTube, you can do anything on YouTube. Anything. Anytime you want to learn about something, go to YouTube. That's what it's saying. That's the same thing that Jane said today. Same thing. You want something, you just go to YouTube. I wasn't on. I never watched people just like regular conversation. I came on here for a purpose and a purpose only. Not talking about this community. I'm talking about like when I came on YouTube. I never had and I don't even know if my thing's gonna go out or not, because here comes my daughter calling me again. All right, but I gotta drive, and I don't have my tripod.